This video will take you into the dark world of music, where rappers have messed with the wrong people. These artists who rose to fame with their raw talent and captivating lyrics unknowingly, or in some cases knowingly, cross paths with some of the most notorious and ruthless gang members. Peso Pluma. Peso Pluma, whose real name is Hassan Emilio Kabande Laija, has become one of the most popular musical acts on the planet, captivating audiences with his gravelly voice and provocative lyrics. But what sets him apart from other artists is his unapologetic celebration of the world of drug trafficking. In his songs, Peso Pluma doesn't shy away from the dark side of the drug trade. He sings about diamond-encrusted pistols, smuggled shipments of cocaine, and sending those who cross him to the cemetery. His lyrics paint a vivid picture of a dangerous and glamorous underworld, captivating listeners with tales of power, wealth, and violence. One of Peso Pluma's biggest hits is the song Siempre Pendientes, or Always Ready. In the music video, he takes on the role of a foot soldier for none other than Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, the notorious founder of the Sinaloa drug cartel. With a machine gun in hand, Peso Pluma tells the story of loyalty, betrayal, and the ruthless pursuit of power. This attracted the attention of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJN, one of the most powerful and dangerous criminal organizations in Mexico. The cartel is known for its brutal tactics and control over the drug trade. To the CJN, Peso Pluma's rise in the music industry and his glorification of their number one rival, El Chapo, was seen as a direct insult. They believed that Peso Pluma was using his platform to undermine their power and influence. In response, the CJN decided to send a warning. They told Peso to either cancel his upcoming concert in the city or face dire consequences. The banners were signed by the CJN, leaving no doubt about the seriousness of the threat. At the time, Peso Pluma was in the United States, rehearsing for his upcoming performance at the MTV Video Music Awards. The threat from the CJN forced him and his team to make a difficult decision. They had to prioritize his safety and the safety of his fans. As a result, the Tiana show was canceled, leaving many disappointed but understanding the gravity of the situation. Peso Pluma's story serves as a stark reminder of the dangers that come with fame and the consequences of crossing paths with powerful criminal organizations. The CJN's reach and influence extend far beyond the borders of Mexico, and artists like Peso Pluma must navigate a treacherous landscape where their words and actions can have life-altering consequences. Mr. Yos Lut. In the world of Mexican rap, Mr. Yos Lut stood out as a rising star. Born on January 20th, 1976, in Bakersfield, California, Mr. Yos Lut found himself drawn to the vibrant rap scene in Guadalajara, Mexico. Despite not being Mexican by birth, he immersed himself in the culture and quickly gained recognition for his raw talent and honest lyrics. Mr. Yos Lut's journey into the rap scene began when he joined a street gang in Guadalajara. He embraced the Cholo lifestyle, adopting the dress code and the attitudes associated with the Southern California gang culture. His music reflected the realities of the streets, delving into the struggles and experiences of the urban youth. However, Mr. Yos Lut's association with the Cholo lifestyle would prove to be a double-edged sword. While his music spoke to the realities of the streets, it also attracted the attention of powerful criminal organizations, including the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJN. The cartel saw Mr. Yos Lut was a potential threat to their dominance and did everything they could to eliminate the threat. Yes, Mr. Yos Lut was murdered. The CJN's involvement in Mr. Yos Lut's murder was a chilling reminder of the power they wielded and the lengths they would go to maintain control. While the exact reasons behind his targeted killing remain unclear, it is believed that his association with the Cholo lifestyle and his growing influence posed a threat to the CJNG's dominance in the region. The loss of Mr. Yos Lut was deeply felt by his fans and the Mexican rap community. His music had become a voice for the marginalized, shedding light on the struggles and realities of life in the urban neighborhoods. His untimely death served as a stark reminder of the risks artists face when their lyrics and lifestyle attract the attention of powerful criminal organizations. Christian Palmer. QBA is a prominent rapper in Mexico who found himself entangled in a web of danger and betrayal. Born as Christian Palmer on April 22, 1999, QBA rose to fame in the Mexican rap scene with his honest and raw lyrics that depicted the harsh realities of life in the streets. However, his association with the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJN, would prove to be a fatal mistake. QBA's music resonated with audiences who saw themselves reflected in his lyrics. He became known for his tracks that delved into the world of drug trafficking, violence, and the struggles of the urban youth. But behind the scenes, QBA's life took a dangerous turn. He became entangled with the CJN, one of the most powerful and ruthless criminal organizations in Mexico. The CJN saw potential in QBA's talent and used him as a pawn in their operations. They paid him a meager sum of $150 a week to melt dead bodies in acid, a gruesome task that further tied him to the cartel. However, QBA's involvement with the CJNG took a dramatic turn when he made a fatal mistake. In a shocking turn of events, he divulged classified information to Mexican authorities about his dealings with the cartel. QBA detailed the CJNG's meth production, from smuggling chemicals through Mexico's seaports to cooking the final product in clandestine labs. This act of betrayal sent shockwaves through the criminal underworld. The CJNG, known for its brutal tactics and unwavering loyalty, saw QBA's confession as a direct threat to their operations. They were not ones to be trifled with, and the consequences for QBA would be severe. After his arrest and alleged confession, QBA became a symbol of resistance in the Mexican rap scene. Many rappers released tracks celebrating him as a hero, with the most popular being Free QBA by A.B. Perez. The arrest and confession brought global attention to the CJNG's operations and the dangers faced by those who dared to cross them. But was QBA truly safe behind bars, or will the CJNG orchestrate an attack from within? The CJNG is a criminal organization known for its influence and reach, even within the prison system. Their power extends beyond borders, and they have proven time and again that they will stop at nothing to protect their interests. QBA's confession has undoubtedly made him a target, and his safety remains uncertain. Lefty SM was born on April 22, 1992. Lefty SM, whose real name was Juan Carlos Sauceda Vasquez. He began his musical journey at the age of 16, pursuing his passion for rap while working as a mechanic during the day. Lefty SM's early work showcased a unique style, blending strict hip-hop beats with slow G-funk influences. His music resonated with audiences, and he quickly gained recognition for his ability to seamlessly switch between delivering unrestrained bars and soulful melodies. His versatility and raw talent set him apart from his peers. In 2019, Lefty SM released his debut album, Avion de Papel, which showcased his growth as an artist. The album received critical acclaim and further solidified his position as one of Mexico's most promising rap talents. Lefty SM's patriotic single, Be My Mexico, released the following year, became an anthem for Mexican pride and resonated deeply with his fans. Collaborations with rap heavyweights like GMX, MC Davo, Darius, and Hambi Alav further elevated Lefty SM's profile in the music industry. His talent and unique style made him a force to be reckoned with, and his star was on the rise. Sadly, on the 3rd of September 2023, a quiet Sunday morning, Lefty SM was shot twice. Although he was rushed to the hospital, he didn't make it and died. This day will forever be marked as the day Lefty SM was murdered in cold blood, leaving behind a haunting memory for his fans and loved ones. The reports show that 3 men who remain unidentified found their way into Lefty's house and killed him. The motive behind Lefty SM's murder remains unclear, but his wife believes it was a planned attack rather than a random act of violence. Speculation suggests that his association with the CJNG, as he lived in their city, may have played a role. Others point to a man named L.O., who allegedly had cartel connections and wanted Lefty SM dead. While the exact culprits are unknown, suspicions continue to point towards the CJNG. Lefty SM's untimely death sent shockwaves through the Mexican rap scene and beyond. His music had become a voice for the youth, addressing social issues and reflecting the realities of life in Mexico. His final performance at Teatro Metropolitan in Mexico City, just the night before his murder, now stands as a haunting memory for his fans. The question still remains, though, who was truly responsible for the tragic end of Lefty SM? Lefty SM's unsolved murder has left a void in the music industry and has also sparked a relentless quest for justice. His fans, known as Lefty's Army, refused to let his memory fade away. They took to the streets, organized protests, and used social media as a platform to demand answers. Their unwavering dedication to finding the truth has kept the case alive and put pressure on the authorities to continue their investigation. Pooh Shiesty, hailing from Memphis, Tennessee, burst onto the rap scene with an intense and unique presence. His ability to effortlessly ride breezy beats with sharp lyrics and smooth melodies quickly caught the attention of music enthusiasts worldwide. Hip-hop spoke to Pooh Shiesty from a young age. His father, known as Bob Boss, founded Mob Ties Records in Memphis, immersing Pooh in the world of music. Alongside listening to influential artists like Lil Wayne, Meek Mill, Gucci Mane, and Chief Keef, Pooh spent countless hours observing his dad in the studio, learning the art of crafting powerful lyrics and captivating beats. Pooh Shiesty's hard work and dedication paid off when his talent caught the attention of hip-hop legend Gucci Mane. In April 2020, Gucci reached out to Pooh Shiesty on Instagram, expressing his admiration for his music and offering him a record deal. This was a perfect opportunity for both of them. Gucci Mane gained a promising artist for his label, while Pooh Shiesty avoided having to choose between the popular roots for Memphis rappers at the time, Dolphin Gotti. Pooh Shiesty's rise to stardom was rapid. He dominated Pandora's trendsetter chart for over 20 weeks, making a mark on various charts, including Billboard's Emerging Artist and Artist 100. Fast forward to October 2020, a fateful encounter took place at the Landon Hotel in Bay Harbor Island, Florida. Pooh Shiesty, along with 2 others, went to the hotel with the intention of purchasing marijuana and high-end sneakers. However, what started as a seemingly innocent transaction quickly turned violent. The sellers they had met became the targets of the gunfire. Miraculously, both victims survived the incident, but Pooh Shiesty found himself at the center of a criminal investigation. In June of the following year, Pooh Shiesty was indicted on 4 counts related to the shooting incident. On April 20th, Pooh Shiesty faced his sentencing in a Miami federal court. U.S. District Judge Kevin Michael Moore presided over the case. Taking into account the year Pooh Shiesty had already spent in custody, the judge sentenced him to a prison term of 5 years and 3 months. Pooh Shiesty's promising career came crashing down as he began his prison sentence. However, only time will tell if Pooh Shiesty can truly learn from his mistakes and make a successful comeback once he is released. Big L hailed from Harlem, New York, and he quickly gained recognition for his exceptional freestyle ability. His lyrical prowess was unmatched, and he fearlessly delivered lines that ranged from the hilarious to the horrifying. Signing with Columbia Records, Big L released his debut album, Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous, in 1995. The album showcased his raw talent and showcased his ability to paint vivid pictures with his words. However, despite the critical acclaim, Big L's time with the label was short-lived. His rapping style was deemed unconventional and not as marketable as his label mates. Creative differences and disagreements surrounding his music led to him losing his deal just a year later. But Big L's impact went beyond his record label. He made waves in the hip-hop community when he upstaged Jay-Z on the Stretch Armstrong and Bobby Doe Show, a popular radio program for up-and-coming rappers. This appearance catapulted both Big L and Jay-Z's careers, solidifying their status as 2 rising stars in the New York hip-hop scene. Big L's unique style and lyrical prowess were set to make a significant impact in hip-hop, both in New York and beyond. Unfortunately, tragedy struck before he had the chance to fully realize his potential. On the evening of February 15, 1999, Big L was gunned down in a drive-by shooting in his hometown of Harlem. The shooting took place on 139th Street, just 4 years after his iconic rap battle with Jay-Z. The NYPD speculated that the shooting could have been in retaliation for something Big L's brother had done. Gerard Woodley, a childhood friend of Big L, was arrested 3 months after the shooting but was eventually released due to a lack of evidence. Big L's untimely death marked the end of a promising career and left a void in the hip-hop community. His dedication to his craft and his willingness to push boundaries were evident in his work. Despite the challenges he faced, Big L's impact on the industry was undeniable. In a tragic turn of events, Gerard Woodley, the accused murderer of Big L, met a similar fate 17 years later. In June 2016, Woodley was shot in the back of the head in Harlem at the exact same location where Big L had been killed. Sources suggest that Woodley's murder was the result of his involvement in terrible acts over the years and his reckless lifestyle. Chalino Sanchez was born on August 30th, 1960, in Sinaloa, Mexico. He grew up in a small town, living with both his parents, 7 brothers, and his only sister. In 1975, Chalino's sister was kidnapped, raped, and then sent home naked by several men. Chalino vowed to seek revenge for his sister and later discovered that one of the men responsible was a local named El Chapo Perez. 4 years later, Chalino found himself at a party where he spotted El Chapo Perez. Fueled by anger and a desire for justice, Chalino approached him and shot him at close range, instantly ending his life. Chaos erupted and Chalino managed to escape, but Perez's men saw his face, making it impossible for him to return home. Fearing for his life, Chalino fled from Sinaloa that very night. He made his way to Tijuana, where he started helping Mexicans cross the border into the United States. Eventually, Chalino himself crossed over and settled in Los Angeles, California. During his time in Los Angeles, he discovered his talent for singing and songwriting. In 1989, Chalino recorded his first 15 songs, which would revolutionize the music scene in LA and Mexico. On January 25, 1992, Chalino was performing at the Plaza Los Aros restaurant and nightclub in the desert city of Coachella. As he took song requests from the audience, a man named Eduardo Gagos climbed onto the stage and made a request of his own. But instead of a song request, Gagos pulled out a pistol and shot Chalino 4 times. In a remarkable display of courage, Chalino pulled out his own pistol and shot back, but he was hit in the armpit. Despite his injuries, Chalino survived the attack. On May 16, 1992, just 4 months after the harrowing events at Plaza Los Arcos, Chalino performed once again in Culiacan, Sinaloa. During the performance, Chalino was handed a note from someone in the crowd. The contents of the note remain a mystery, but it is believed to have been a death threat. Undeterred, Chalino crumpled up the note and continued to sing. After midnight, Chalino left the club with 2 of his brothers, a cousin, and several young women. As they made their way home, their journey was abruptly interrupted by a group of armed uniformed men in black Chevrolet Suburbans. Claiming to be state police officers, they presented ID cards and informed Chelino that their commander wanted to see him. Trusting their authority, Chelino agreed to accompany them alone. The following morning at 6 in the morning, two farmers stumbled upon Chelino's lifeless body near the neighborhood of Los Laureles. He had been blindfolded, his wrists marked with rope burns, and he had been shot in the back of the head twice. While the identity of Chelino's assailants remains a mystery, his memory lives on through his music. His songs continue to resonate, serving as a testament to his resilience and the enduring power of his artistry. Soulja Slim. In the late 1990s, the music industry was captivated by the emergence of a new voice from the streets of New Orleans. James Tapp, better known by his stage name Soulja Slim, quickly made a name for himself with his raw and unfiltered lyrics that painted a vivid picture of the realities of life in the inner city. Soulja Slim's talent caught the attention of No Limit Records, a prominent hip-hop label at the time. Under the guidance of label head Master P, Soulja Slim released his debut album Give It To 'Em Raw in 1998. With his newfound success, Soulja Slim became a rising star in the music industry. His unique style, characterized by his distinctive voice and unapologetic storytelling, set him apart from his peers. However, in 2001, he was arrested and convicted for a parole violation stemming from a previous armed robbery conviction in 1995. The promising trajectory of his music career came to an abrupt halt as he was sentenced to serve a 4-year prison term. Despite the challenges he faced, Soulja Slim remained determined to make a comeback and reclaim his place in the industry. And he did. In 2002, after serving his prison sentence, Soulja Slim parted ways with No Limit Records and established his own label, Cutthroat Committee. He released his second album years later, which showcased his growth as an artist and his unwavering dedication to his craft. Although the album received critical acclaim, it failed to achieve the same commercial success as his earlier work. Sadly, on the evening of November 26, 2003, Soulja Slim returned to his mother's two-story duplex in New Orleans' Gentilly neighborhood. As he stepped onto the front lawn, a figure dressed in dark clothing emerged from the shadows, armed with a gun. Multiple gunshots rang out, shattering the stillness of the night. Soulja Slim was struck at least 3 times in the face and once in the chest, his life abruptly cut short. In the aftermath of the murder, the police launched an investigation to bring the perpetrator to justice. However, despite their efforts, no suspects were apprehended, leaving the case shrouded in mystery. The motive behind the killing remained unclear, but many speculated that envy and resentment towards Soulja Slim's rapid rise to fame played a role. MJ's life was a reflection of the harsh realities of growing up in impoverished circumstances where violence and crime were an everyday occurrence. His initial rise to fame was funded by the Romper Room Gang, a notorious group known for their involvement in robberies. While the police were aware of Ensign Dre's association with criminal activities, they struggled to gather enough evidence to pin anything on him or his friends. However, their luck changed when they found a potential informant named Corey DeAndre. Corey DeAndre, seeking leniency for his own crimes, agreed to work with the police and wore a wire during his interactions with the Romper Room Gang. This marked a turning point in MJ's life, as the stage was set for his downfall. In March 1992, MJ and his friends were returning from a gig in Fresno when their car was surrounded by FBI and local police forces. The authorities believed that MJ and his friends were casing a bank but had changed their plans upon spotting a local TV news van in the parking lot. MJ maintained his innocence, claiming that he was in a motel room at the time of the alleged crime and had no knowledge of his friends' activities. However, the evidence stacked against him was damning. A gun linked to multiple bank robberies was found in MJ's possession, and a recording captured him instructing someone to shoot out surveillance cameras. These pieces of evidence not only jeopardized his freedom, but also threatened to derail his burgeoning music career. MJ was charged with conspiracy to commit bank robbery, a serious offense that carried severe consequences. Despite maintaining his innocence, MJ was convicted and sentenced to 5 years in prison. Still, MJ continued to make music while incarcerated. He released a full album titled Young Black Brother, recorded through the Fresno County Jail inmate telephone. Tragically, MJ's life was cut short when he was shot and killed in November 2004. An unidentified gunman targeted his van while he was traveling through Route 71, ending his journey of redemption and leaving his fans in shock. The identity of his killer remains unknown, and the circumstances surrounding his death continue to be a mystery. Jam Master Jay. Jam Master Jay, born Jason Mizell, was a pioneering DJ and a key member of the iconic hip-hop group Run DMC. His talent and contributions helped shape the genre and break barriers, propelling hip-hop into the mainstream music scene in the 1980s. The group's success can be attributed to their fusion of rock and rap, as they collaborated with rock legends Aerosmith on the groundbreaking track Walk This Way. In addition to their musical achievements, Run DMC was known for their anti-drug message. They actively promoted a drug-free lifestyle through public service announcements and lyrics, that emphasized their stance against drug use. Their commitment to this message resonated with fans and solidified their reputation as role models within the community. However, behind the scenes, Jam Master Jay's life took a different turn. Despite the group's success, he faced financial struggles and accumulated debts after the peak of Run DMC's popularity. To support himself and those who depended on him, Jam Master Jay turned to the drug trade, working as a middleman in the cocaine business. Sadly, on the 30th of October 2002, Jam Master Jay was violently killed in his recording studio. In the aftermath of the shooting on October 30th, 2002, authorities were inundated with tips, rumors, and theories surrounding the crime. However, despite the abundance of information, witnesses were reluctant to come forward, hindering progress in the investigation. Key witnesses, fearing retaliation, were terrified to cooperate with law enforcement, causing significant delays in the indictment and arrest of the suspects. For nearly 2 decades, the case remained unsolved, leaving Jam Master Jay's family, friends, and fans desperate for answers. The lack of progress only added to the mystery and frustration surrounding the murder. But in a recent turn of events, a breakthrough finally emerged. After years of tireless efforts, a federal jury in Brooklyn convicted 2 men, Carl Jordan Jr. and Ronald Washington, of Jam Master Jay's murder. The verdict marked a significant moment of justice, bringing closure to a case that had confounded investigators for so long. M.F. Grimm. Moving on to M.F. Grimm. Born as Percy Carey, M.F. Grimm's journey in the music industry was filled with promise and potential. In 1994, he was on the verge of signing with Death Row Records and working closely with the legendary Dr. Dre himself. However, fate had a different plan in store for him. In a chilling turn of events, M.F. Grimm's life took a devastating turn one snowy night in Manhattan. While driving with his brother Jansen Smalls, they were ambushed by a group of gang members. Gunfire erupted, and in the chaos, Jansen lost his life, while M.F. Grimm was left fighting for his own. He was shot 7 times, with bullets tearing through his body, leaving him paralyzed from the waist down. The attack was a brutal reminder of the dangers that can lurk in the shadows of the music industry. M.F. Grimm's involvement in the streets of New York was no secret. He had a troubled past, and his life was intertwined with the criminal underworld. However, the attack that left him paralyzed was a turning point in his life. Despite the challenges he faced, M.F. Grimm refused to let his circumstances define him. He channeled his pain and experiences into his music, becoming a voice for the voiceless and shedding light on the harsh realities of life on the streets. While behind bars, M.F. Grimm continued to make music, releasing albums that showcased his raw talent and lyrical prowess. His resilience and determination were evident as he refused to let his physical limitations hinder his creativity. He became an inspiration to many, proving that one's spirit can never be broken no matter the circumstances. M.F. Grimm's story is a testament to the power of the human spirit and the ability to overcome adversity. Despite the tragic events that altered the course of his life, he continued to pursue his passion for music and became a symbol of hope for those facing their own challenges. His music resonated with listeners across the country as he shared his experiences and shed light on the harsh realities of the streets. Tragically, the circumstances surrounding M.F. Grimm's attack remains unresolved. Fat Pat. Another devastating loss in the world of hip-hop occurred on February 3, 1998, when Fat Pat, a rising talent in the southern rap scene and an original member of DJ Screw's Screwed Up Clique, was tragically shot and killed. As the brother of fellow rhyme slinger Big Hawk, Fat Pat had become an undeniable force in the Houston community. Born Patrick Lamarck Hawkins on December 4, 1970, in Houston, Texas, Fat Pat grew up in the heart of the city's vibrant music scene. He was introduced to the world of hip-hop at an early age. With his undeniable talent and charismatic stage presence, Fat Pat soon became a sought-after performer in Houston's underground rap circuit. His live performances were electrifying, captivating audiences with his raw energy and undeniable talent. As Fat Pat's reputation grew, so did his fan base. His unique blend of street tales, introspection, and melodic hooks resonated with listeners, earning him a loyal following both in Houston and beyond. On that fateful night of February 3, 1998, he went to the Meadows Southwest apartment complex in Houston to collect money he was owed from a promoter. However, what was supposed to be a routine transaction took a dark turn. Inside the apartment, Fat Pat was shot once in the head, a devastating act of violence that would claim his life at the young age of 28. In the aftermath of Fat Pat's murder, conflicting reports began to emerge, leaving the public puzzled and searching for answers. One report suggested that the promoter he went to see, Kenneth Weasel Watson, was not home at that time, and Fat Pat was killed in the hallway of the building. According to witnesses, Fat Pat was shot in the hallway of the apartment building. It's unclear who the perpetrator is or what the motive behind the shooting might be. Some sources claim that the promoter, Kenneth Watson, was not present during the incident, raising questions about who might have been responsible for Fat Pat's murder. The conflicting reports and rumors surrounding Fat Pat's murder only added to the mystery and complexity of the case. As the investigation continued, the truth seemed to elude those seeking answers. To this day, Fat Pat's murder remains unsolved, leaving his family, friends, and fans grappling with the pain of his loss and the lingering questions surrounding his untimely demise. All these stories should serve as cautionary tales of the dangers faced in the music industry. It's not all fun and games. Click on the videos on your screen to enjoy similar content.